Hey folks, Lee here once again. Welcome back to another review, another superhero review. As you know, I've been on the 90s era of superhero movies. I've been reviewing the superhero movies of the 90s era. Oh, just wearing my Pinocchio shirt. Classic Disney movie. Second Disney animated film. Classic. But anyway, like I said, it was the 90s era reviews. Hope you enjoyed my review of The Rocketeer. I know I got quite a bit of views on that. We're still at 419 subs, so I'll be getting more, guys. I might be doing a trailer reaction video after this today, so it'll probably just be one review. But guys, I do have some reviews coming up. Hopefully in 3 weeks, I'll be having a nice vacation, and I'll plan to do some more reviews. So, just keep watching. I'm not going anywhere. But anyway, this time I'm reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this will be an epic rant because I did not like this movie. Matter of fact, I hated this movie. This movie is terrible. This movie is terrible in my opinion. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time, or just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I don't know what it's called. To me, it's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. But this film, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This was terrible. Just look at the turtles themselves. They just look awful. Yeah, and they really do look bad in the movie. This film was not good. This is 30 years later, it still sucks. It's not a very good movie. Yeah, in my opinion. And now since I'm on to 1993 films, this film it's first because this came out in March, so this will be first. So anyway, this is the third and final installment of the original Turtles film trilogy. I will say, what's worse than this is, the Michael Bay movies. I'm sure I won't like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, whatever the frick you want to call that. Because after this, in my opinion, like I said, with these two movies right here, these two, the original Turtles 2, say what you will, but it's fun. Yeah, they don't use the weapons. In the third film, they use their weapons. Yeah, and the third movie here, God, in the third movie, they use their weapons, but it doesn't make the movie good. Just because they use a weapon. Yay! They use the weapons finally. But still, it doesn't make it a good movie. But Turtles 2 is going to be used, in my opinion. Say what you will about this. This is a fun sequel. It's fun, it's silly, it's goofy. It totally reminds me of the 80s cartoon that is cheesy, and it's fun to watch. Yeah, it has its problems. It's not a perfect movie. I still have some people who don't like it, but you know what? It's fun. It's a lot better than watching the third movie, because it didn't bore me. This film was boring. Boring. I hate the look of the turtles. They look terrible. They got spots. They got beaks. They got big old gap teeth hanging out like this. Flipping around, just weird. Gosh. Anyway, before I continue ranting, gosh. You know what? I got a little angry at work on Thursday. I like doing these rants sometimes because at least I can get all the anger out in here. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. But anyway, back to the movie. This is the third and final installment of the franchise. I guess it was a time where this movie came out at a bad time where the Turtles, their popularity was not really good anymore. The popularity was kind of wearing out. I think you had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show come out this year. Yeah, I think that might. I'm not a Power Rangers fan, so I don't freaking know. Well, at least the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie is better than this. It's cheesy, but it's a lot more fun to watch than this. Okay, yeah, because this year you also had, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers come out, but that was later in August when that came out. And, yeah, and I guess it was the time where the Ninja Turtles were done. Now, from what I heard, the look of the Turtles, their design, of course, he knows the guys in suits. But the thing is, in the first movie, the second movie, you have Jim Henson's Creature Shop working on the film. And this one, it's people, let me see if I can look them up. They're called the Special Effects Solutions. I forget what you call them. Special Effects Solutions. Yeah. Avalex Special Effects team, crew, they worked on this movie. Some people, it was unknown about it, I think, but And I'm not saying they're effective. I'll mention some other movies before I do, though. It received moderate box office success, though, was the lowest score for entry in the series, grossing $54 million against a $21 million budget. Then, of course, years later we would get the 2007 film. Yeah. Picture began on for June 15th and August 5th, 1992. The earlier play, and also, like I said, it is unknown, pretty much. If, from what I've heard, it might be unknown, where Jim Henson passed away around this time, or sometime right after before this movie came out, and I guess the Jim Henson team didn't do it. You can just definitely tell. I'm not sure if they were really involved. I don't know if nobody really knows, but I would kind of suspect they were not, because just look at the Turtles and look at Splinter. Splinter looks like a puppet reject for Disneyland. It looks awful. They just look terrible. You can definitely tell. You can't tell me Jim Henson's team worked on this. Like, no. They probably said, no, we're not interested in doing a Turtles movie. They probably want to go to some other movie. They probably read the script of this movie like, no, we're not here. And that's one of the main problems with this movie. But anyway, don't know too much about the production. I guess they don't really, I don't know if they never read about it, or I've never seen a making of Turtles 3. Maybe they're just too embarrassed to talk about it, the people that made this movie. We're embarrassed by it. Now, look at the film. I agree that the Some Turtles film was good. Called the first. First of all, I do love the first movie. The third film, sequel, hell, I agree. James Butterfield, I can't say his name right. And he also come with the kids will have to invent new and interesting ways to stay awake. Not only is this movie aimed at young children, but the script could have been written by them. I agree it could. Because the humor in this is for like little kids, like 5-year-olds. Yeah. Time travel gimmick, Peter Lorre mentioned in the 2014 Turtle Power documentary that he disliked this film. Kevin Eastman noted the efforts to create. What we tried to do with the third movie was to make it as good a story as we could. We went through a painstaking level of do's and don'ts. What they couldn't do. We wanted something that I would be good for always again. I thought movie 1 the best. Movie 2 the worst. And movie 3 halfway in between. No, movie 2 is not the worst. Movie 2 is underrated. It's your movie 3 that's the freaking worst. Kevin Eastman. Yeah, you fucked up with this movie if you worked on it. So excuse my language. Yeah, you screwed it. Yeah. Little movie, they screwed your little turtles, didn't they? Yeah, put them back in the shelves and just screw them in there real bad, didn't they? Anyway, for the cast, you have Paige Turtle returning as April O'Neil. Now, again, she's okay. Judith Hogg is still, in my opinion, is still the best April O'Neil ever. And here we go, she's got shorter hair. I don't like her hair, and her dialogue is. But you have Elias Cortez as coming back as Casey Jones. He also plays a new character named Wit. But sadly, Casey's just here to babysit. I hate spoilers. Like I said, there's going to be spoilers in my reviews anyway. I always do spoilers. There's going to be spoilers in this video. He just babysits. He does nothing. He just babysits these guys from Japan. These Japan wars. He just babysits them. And Wit is a sellsword who was a prisoner to Lord Norgonaut during the Feudal era. Stuart Wilson as Walker, a mercenary hired by Lord Nugra, the main villain of the movie. Okay, he played a villain like in Lethal Weapon 3 and The Mask of Zorro, Enemy of the State. I'm trying to remember what he played in those movies. Yeah. I think I remember liking him in Lethal Weapon 3. That's better than The Rock, yeah. Yeah, but he's done better villains as well. This is definitely his worst. John, in my opinion, John Elwood as Niles, Seth Shyman as Lord Naraka. Maybe I've seen that guy in some movies. Others in the Shadow. That's not a great superhero movie, but it's a lot better than this. That came out in '94. Jackie Chan Adventures, I guess he did voice work for that. Yeah. Viamu as Mistu, and Travis A. Moon as Yoshi, Mushi's brother, a young child, who might have only escaped from a burning rubber and becomes friends with Ralph. Brian Toshi as Leonardo, the leader of the group. Corey Feldman comes back as the voice of Donatello. He was not in the second movie. He's okay in here. He's the smartest of the group, of course, who rules the Bow Scout. Tim Keffler as Raphael, the most temperate one of the group, the red mask, and was two size. And Nunchucks is Robbie Wrist as Michelangelo, the playful member, the jerkiest of them. James Murray as Splinter. I forget who voiced him in the last movie. It was Kevin Clash, the guy who voiced Elmo. But yeah, James Murray, different guy. He's been in some. He did Muppets Most Wanted. For the puppeteers, for the Turtles, Jim Martin as Leo. Jim, you have other actors that, of course, wearing the suits. I've seen a little bit behind footage of the movie, but anyway, it's directed by Stuart Gillard, and he also did the script. He did a movie called Rocket Man with Harlan Williams. Never seen that. And he did a movie. I think he worked in a movie called Fist with Sylvester Stallone. It's produced by Kevin Thomas Gregg, Kim Dawson, and David Shannon. And the characters were created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Lillard. Cinematography of David Grunkel. Which I did nice cinematography. His cinematography is nice. He's done it for other kind of like martial arts films. Probably a lot better than this. But his cinematography, David Grunfel's cinematography is nice in this film. It's edited by Wayne D. Gorman, James R. Simmons, music by John DePriest, who also did the music of the first two movies. Of course, this production film is Golden Harvest. It's, of course, distributed once again by New Line Cinema. It was released March 19th, 1993 here in the U.S. It's 96 minutes long. Budget was $21 million. Box office was $54.4 million worth. So it was a market success, I guess, but not a real huge hit. It just made a little bit past that budget, so it was a modest success, but not really a huge hit, and not well liked by fans. And for the Turtles, like I said, the people that affects the FX company, FX Inc., that created special effects. They created Johnny Five for the robot created for the film Short Circuit. They created the Energizer Bunny that you see on the commercials. And they did special effects in other films like Demolition Man starring Sylvester Stallone. Alien Resurrection, never seen that, but I heard it was terrible. Measures Reloaded, never seen that. Stuart Little from 1999, which I do think Demolition Man and Stuart Little are better movies, and Short Circuit are better movies than this, in my opinion. Yeah. What are we thinking about him? Yeah, you briefly see what the Turtles look like here in the movie. I don't want to show it because it just looks bad. You just got to look this movie up the way they look. I'm not going to show it because it looks terrible. But I just wanted to mention the company. Alright. And for the plot synopsis for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 is that reporter April O'Neil, she purchases an Asian Japanese scepter. She buys her first planet just to give some gifts or whatever. Anyway, they can cause through simulations. It can time travel, holding it to different centuries to switch places in time. She gets transported to 1603, 16th century Japan. Her crime-fighting, and basically she gets captured. So her crime-fighting pals, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pursue her, trying to save her. But they only have about like 60 hours or something like that, good amount of hours to save her. After landing in the past, the Turtles villain April has been captured by the villainous Lord Nogara to rescue her, and of course Walker, Stuart Wilson, who has his own agenda, and they must team up with Rebel leader Miss Sue, and defeat Walker and Lord Naringo. Defeat them and save April, and go back home in the 60 hours, or they'll be trapped in the past for forever. So that's the plot in a nutshell. And forgive me the pun intended about the shell. Forgive the bad pun there. Yeah, well, this movie's full of that. Pop culture references, pop culture jokes, plenty of stupid jokes. Turtles 3. I will admit, well, no. I will admit, I will go ahead and say I did like some stuff about this movie, but it just doesn't make this movie work completely, in my opinion. It's still a terrible movie. And I'll get to reasons why, but I'll go ahead and talk about the movie itself. Maybe a little ranting there. This is a rant. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. And if you like this movie, if you like Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Turtles, cool, more power to you. That's awesome. If you grew up with it, you're nostalgic for it, and, you know, nostalgia based, if you like it still and you enjoy it, that's fine. If you like the movie, I'm not going to make fun of you. This is just my review, my opinion. Don't take it personal. But if you've never seen it and you're a Ninja Turtles fan or are going to become one, I would say see this once and then don't ever see it again. Because I'll never watch it again. But then to say if you don't want to watch it, I would say definitely avoid it then. It's a short movie, but it's a chore to get through. And, you know, in my opinion, for me it was. But anyway, basically it starts off in 1603, where, I forget the guy's name again, sorry, I don't remember, but you have this young man, this Japanese man, being chased by 4 samurai on a horseback. They chase him. Miss Stu, the lady, she's watching, and he gets captured. It's Kenshin, he gets captured. But in the present, 2 years after the events of the previous film, after the Turtles defeat the Shredder and Foot Clan, well, you have the opening of, you know, again, you had I don't care what you say about I don't care what you say about Ninja Turtles 2 series. The opening was awesome. I like Keno. Yes, sue me, I like that character. He was a fun character. I miss Casey, but Casey has nothing to do in this movie. Tell me, please, is Casey's, you know, basically here to do nothing. Keno does a lot more in the sequel. At least he tries to, you know, get right into, you know, infiltrating the Foot Clan and stopping Shredder. At least he does something, and they butt heads. Casey just babysits in this movie. You know. But yeah, Turtles 2 had an awesome opening. The first one did, of course, with them beating up those guys, saving April, and then the awesome music, you know, by John Priest, you know, really good music there. You know, and them jumping, yeah, like they'll use weapons, but it's silly. But you know what? In Turtles 2, they look great. It's fantastic. Turtles 2 looks a lot better than this. It's fun, you know, them being funny, you know. Turtles 2, those lines weren't running for 3-year-olds. You know, no. I feel like he was running for adults. Adults. Me as a 30-year-old man, I can enjoy Teenage Mutant Turtles, and I can get a laugh out of it for how cheesy it can be. Yeah, it was fun. This was not fun, but the opening, this is what you have. Just, you know, them dancing to ZZ. I like ZZ Top. I like the song, but it's lame. They're just dancing. You know, like we really want to see that. It's just lame. And they're doing moves, doing a dance off, like they're competing for Dancing with the Stars or something. But anyway, they do that. Raphael just goes aside at the radio music, the radio, and lame jokes like, "Uh-oh, someone's having a turtle tantrum. What's wrong, Ralph?" I'm like, "We've been down here all day. We're not going out there and fighting." And then April comes down and says, "Hey guys," she brings his mic on his little like a lamp that he uses at, you know. And she brings the scepter, you know, for Splinter, and she gives, you know, something for Donatello. Leonardo boat Donatello part of like a little invention or something. She gives him the old lamp. He tries to do an Elvis Presley impression, which is just lame. Donatello's given a broken radio. Leonardo's given a book on swords. Raphael receives a forte, but having stormed it off earlier, which isn't really no excuse. He had a better reason to be pissed off in the first movie, and here it's just for no reason, just to be mad for no reason, just out of the blue. Kenshi is being scolded by his father for disgracing the family name. His father's probably, you know, thinking about killing him. But then you have this after the war, his true disgrace. Walker is an English traitor. His trying to supply no good with manpower, with firearms. Yeah, because Walker shoots, you know, his gun, and he's got his dumb minions helping him out. And so there's no need for that. Kenji goes into the temple. He finds the scepter and reads the inscription. He sees like a Japanese foretale or whatever, or Japanese about the turtles being heroes or something like that. April's in the scepter too, and it begins to light up, and she's sent back in time. Kenji takes her place. At first, they're like, "Whoa, dude, who are you? Whoa," and he's scared by the turtles, and couldn't blame them. They're ugly in here, so I would be scared too. But they tell him to wake up and say, "Dude, where's April?" It's like, he tells about the time scepter. And so the turtles, I do like the things. One of the things I did like is that you see Donatello trying to figure out, how to get back in time. He's using computers. I like that he has computers. Okay, that's Donatello because he is the smart one of the group that does technology and all that stuff. So he's the smart turtle. So it's like, it's cool to see that just briefly. April goes to the past. They capture her. They're freaked out by her shit. They bring her to Lord Noriga. I can't say his name right, but what the Lord does is that he decides to keep her captured in his prison. She's got a radio, and they're scared of the radio. They think she's a witch, and April just sits there, and then they pull up the sword and they break it. She's like, "You could just ask me to turn it off," and she tries to get Walker's like, "Is this woman a witch?" And I was like, "Oh, fine, turn me into something." Sure wasn't. I'll admit, I will say this. I think he does give a good performance, but he wasn't needed in this movie. They didn't need to make him film in the movie. He wasn't needed in this film. But I do like that little over-the-top moment he had with yelling at April. But even though I thought, if April would if she can be a Spitfire, she can have spunk. She should be able to be smart enough to maybe get out of the situation by herself. It says she's just a damsel, but why didn't she just, pick up the radio with the music, point it at them? She could have just done that and just walked out and ran out of there. Because if they think she's a witch, then she can cast some kind of spell on her. April, pick up the radio, run out with it and scare them. But then they take her to a prison where she meets this wit character played by Elias Coates. And eventually you do have Casey Jones coming back. He does say a few funny lines, but they say, "No, you're not here, butthead." She just said, "Baby's like, what?" And then you have Michelangelo wearing these long shorts and just dancing. I thought that was stupid. And they switched place with these guys. The effects look pretty decent for the time. Oh yeah, so it is 60 hours they have to, get her all the good stuff. Because otherwise the Spectre's power will disappear due to the space-time continuum being out of sync. They get replaced by Nobles armor guards. They're confused by their new surroundings, so they have to calm them down. Then the turtles break down, throws awake on a horseback, make a poor show of the riding of the streets. During the confusion, Mikey carries the scepter. He ends up running off alone. Now he's running backwards to the horse. And because those guys weren't, the guards were in battle, so that's where they end up in battle. That's when you have them, like on the poster for the movie, them dressed up as samurais. But Michelangelo gets lost. Misty runs into him. She sees him on the horse. She knocks him out, takes him to her village. And, Leo, Ralph, and Donatello are like, where's Mikey at? Where's Mikey at? But then they decide to go search for April at the castle. The turtles end up, basically rescuing April from another person named Wit, who was like over trying to destroy immunity against Walker, and who bears a striking resemblance to Casey. But their sloppy escape, they get captured. Well, not captured, but they like I said, it's just bad lines and dialogue. Some of the action, they do use the weapons, but again, the action scenes are just decent, but poorly executed in my opinion. They're not that exciting to watch. It comes with bad jokes. They eventually save her. More lame jokes going on. Raphael jumps in. They have to jump under the I guess they fall in shit, literally. Raphael jumps into the hole and says, "I'll be back," doing their oral impression. Then they do more jokes. He's like, they say mud wrestling is a spectator sport. And then Donatello, April was like, "This is the worst rescue I've ever had in my life." And she tries to help Donatello, but Donatello was like, "Help, I'm a turtle, I can't get up." And it's just more of these lame jokes, just, more like insults. I'm like, again, do 3-year-olds, did 3-year-old little children write this script? Probably. Were they high when they did this movie? They just write every joke possible with the screenplay? Were you drinking when you wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this dialogue? Who? Yeah. Meanwhile, the present, Kishi's getting impatient because he just wants to go back, wants to go face his father, wants to go save Mitsu, I guess you could say, his lady, girlfriend, whatever. And he just throws a glass cup, he just throws a coffee cup at Splinter and Casey, and they tell him to calm down. They get him calm down. Casey turns, the hockey player, and just a little hockey with them. He's like, "Guys, do what you saw on TV," and they start fighting. Just okay. So the only time you see Casey Jones' movie wear his hockey mask, but to play off with a bunch of honor guardsmen, samurai who don't know how to play hockey. Huh. But the turtles into the woods. April and Winter again attacked. Anyway, before that though, Raphael was just looking around, and April has the turtle. She has the suit on, samurai shirt. She's wearing a Japanese dress. She just rips it off, and you see her legs. She's at her legs. Oh, and they do a sex joke in here too, by the way. Yay! Ripping off Wayne's World. Wayne's World did it better. They said April. Well, I was like, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm allowed to do this. And they go like, wing. Donatello and Ralph, Donatello, Donnie and Leo, and Donatello do this sweet whoosh or something. I don't know. It's just stupid. Swoosh. That was dumb. And then Raphael makes a jump on the water. All of a sudden, they get attacked. I do like by more honor guardsmen. I do like it when Donatello, when Ralph picks both of them up. Okay, I get confused. Because it's cool that we're the samurais, but it's confusing. And again, more lame jokes coming my way. Wade shows up, saves April, but he gets knocked out easily. And they get captured, or it's, Mitsu and her team. Mitsu's like, stop. She's like, give it up, Ralph. And she takes the mask off, looks at Ralph. It's like, well, like I said, there's even scenes in here where Raphael was just looking around, and it's just ugly. It's just them having spots. It's just, I can't stand the turtles looking here. They look awful. Then she says, you love the other one. And they said, Mikey. And then they come and miss it to the village. Mikey's in this building where the kids live. Like, hey, the village gets being burned down, attacked by Walker and his men. I forget to mention, they get one of Walker's men, they give him a wet willy. They just say to him, wet willy. Which is stupid. Mikey's loved by a bunch of dumbass, soldiers who think, whoa, is this a girl? And then Michelangelo was like, my hero. Yeah. Again, maybe a little, maybe they got a little trigger on me, and then, because Michelangelo is the funny one, so what I expect, but again, stupid humor still. And Walker sees him, and they have them looking at each other, okay. And before one of his men can shoot it, him, Leo, Ralph, and Donnie just say hello there and just give him a wet willy and knock him out. Meanwhile, they leave by the fire, though. Yoshi, Michelangelo says, well, Yoshi, wish I liked that moment, and then Leo gives C4. Okay, I like that moment. Walker continues to bargain with Lord Nurga, over buying guns in exchange for the gold. The Turtles spend some time in the village. Donatello has to have a replica scepter. Michelangelo teaches some of the people about pizza, which I thought was kind of one of the. Okay, I'll admit that made me laugh. he makes a pizza. He's like frisbee pizza. And he throws it, and it's one of the guys. He's like, runs away. That did give a bit of trouble to me. And he kind of, Michelangelo becomes, friends with Mitsu a little bit. Raphael gets in touch with his sensitive side through Yoshi. He's like, yeah, I want to control your temper, Yoshi. And there's a moment he plays, his kite with the kid. I was like, okay, I could have cared a lot more about this, though, if this was a better movie for me to care, okay? Which is nice. Michelangelo and Raphael get into an argument, and they break the scepter, but you have to find out, though, that Mitsu, her kid, Mitsu informs Lord Negra that they agreed to purchase Walker's guns, that they're going to attack the village in the morning. Raphael sneaks out to visit Yoshi. However, the kid, the child ended up stealing the Street 6 scepter. But you find out that the grandfather still had his grandson steal the missile. I mean, not the missile, the scepter. I'm like, really? Teaching your grandson to be a thief? Way to go, Grandpa. Teach him to commit felonies. Hell, rob a store, rob banks. Hell, playing guns. And next thing, give him a mask and have him use a sword to chop somebody up with. Hell, because I want Mitsu to fight the world. Mitsu, I do like the character of Mitsu, but again, I just don't care about the movie she's in. It's just, barely care. What's between her and Kennedy, don't care. But I see her as a character that can handle herself, so I think she can fight in a war by herself. She doesn't need the turtles to save her. Unlike April, she's not a damsel in distress. I think she can handle herself. She's very good at going out, despite Ralph doing his side when she was about to tell him. But she's very good with bow and arrow and can handle herself in a fight. So I'm like, Grandfather, why did her father, the grandfather, need her to, take the frozen place? Okay, that didn't make no sense. And then, I wouldn't want to trust him after that. But somebody with who ends up betraying everybody, who has actually a spy working for Walker. Which, okay, I didn't care about that. He captures Mitsu. They get cornered by Negrona, Leonardo, and to fight away with his soldiers. The turtles respond by freeing the prisoners in the palace. And it starts an all-out war. Leo, gets to kind of a nice sword fight, but what was the sword fight? It was a decent sword fight. And he's scared of, him. Because again, a Japanese legend says that they're the ones that will defeat him. They defeat his ancestors, so he fears that that Leo might kill him. But you see Leo's, teeth sticking out. It's like really ugly to look at. Like, I want you to kill me. He's like, and he cuts his hair. He's like, which I thought was a little funny moment. Chuckle. I hate to admit it. A little chuckle maybe. Then they chime in the bell. He's like, is that Norton? And then they hit the bell. Like, that rings a bell. Walker takes the scepter and tries to escape to his boat. When cornered by the turtles at the dock, Walker throws the scepter into the air as a distraction. But way to sneak around, he tries to threaten April. They say, well, was Shakespeare in town? And he's like, who would you think he was? Like, we're turtles. We're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But, this fireball happens. Shoots a fireball at Walker, knocks him off the dock, and he falls to his death. And the way he dies, it's just, he lands a while. You hear his flashback, it's badly edited. You see Raphael, in shock of his death. Then after defeating him, they return to their own town. But Mikey says he'd rather stay. because he wanted to be with Mitsu. I'm like, I don't know if he, probably just as a friend, I don't think he isn't. I'm like, that wouldn't work. But Raphael says he could, because he wants to, feels like the turtles are appreciated in Japan, I want back home, so they want to stay there. But they said, we're a family, that's our destiny to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They try to have this amount of emotion in the movie, in Raphael gives a kid, which is nice. They try to have this strong emotion, amount of bond between Mitsu and Michelangelo. I mean, I do give him credit for trying there with Michelangelo to do something with him, but it's just in a piss poor movie. Raphael nearly misses. They go. The scepter's about to go off. They thank Michelangelo, and then one of the men that one of the guardsmen goes up the ladder, and then Mikey comes back, and then he's sad, and and the worst, it was a terrible ending because Splinter's like, what's wrong, my son? He's like, well, just now, I don't think he'll be laughing. He's like, hey, Michelangelo, I watched Blue Hawaii, funny movie, or something like that. And that was stupid, and the turtles do another dance like this. Listen to ZZ Top, I guess. Now that we're Mitsu in the kitchen, he surrenders, but the two brothers share a tender reunion, they share a kiss. And then, we share Splinter putting the hat on, the lamp on his head, and doing the Elvis impression. And so it's just the final dance number. And then, Casey and April are, who have no chemistry. I don't really buy these two being in love. But in the first movie, but in this movie, I can't really see it. They just really show a laughing moment. Okay. And then the turtles dancing. And a lame ending. Terrible ending. So, terrible movie. You know what? Let me read some quotes real quick from this movie. But that's Ninja Turtles 3. Casey Jones, hey guys, so do we get together and bust some skulls? Hang on, Casey, you're not going to be doing any herd breaking this time. Sorry, pal. What was that? You want to run that by me again? We need someone to remain here and make sure the time bandits here don't get out of hand. Gotcha. And then Donatello, you respect that maybe you got him something? Lame joke. I think I saw the frog. I hope it wasn't an ancestor. You come back? Yeah, we're like driving in about 3 or 4 centuries. Michelangelo, why are you wearing boxer shorts? So the guy who arrives in my place doesn't arrive butt naked. Okay, lame joke. Bet you guys were lucky to be going back, right? We're lucky, we're going back. This is really going to screw up history. Okay, decent. Lame. My leg hurts, even my bandana hurts, my sports arm hurt. Oh gosh. Mud wrestling is definitely a much better sport. Here, help me up. Alright, I wouldn't want no problem. Help, I'm a turn I can't get out of. Okay, anyway. I'm trying to leave this down. This dialogue is terrible. Alright, before I get to the rest of that, folks, sorry. Let me give my final thoughts on Teenage Mutant Turtles 3. Ninja Turtle. More like Ninja Turds 3. Ninja Chuds 3. So my final thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turds 3. Chuds 3. Whatever you want to call it. Super Chuds 3. Yeah, this movie sucked, in my opinion. This film was terrible. Before I get to why I hate the film, let me give the moments I like about this movie. It is nice to see the Turtles use their weapons again. Oh man, that's what I'm going to say. It's nice to see them use their weapons again. I do like, Raphael's kind of friendship with the boy, with the kid. That was nice. Briefly nice. But again, it doesn't save the movie. Michelangelo, making a frisbee pizza, that was funny. Him having a friendship with Mitsu, that was nice, briefly, but again, and I do like the character of Mitsu. Kenji himself is okay, an alright character. I really care less about him and his father's issues. I don't care. to me, it's blah 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 blah. I don't really care about this movie at all. And Save the Gypsy Dorothy. That was Mikey saving the kid from the fire. But the problem is, it's just in a movie where I don't care. These little tender moments just doesn't work. Just doesn't save the movie. And some of the action I think is decent, but a lot of it's poorly executed. But let me get to why I don't like this movie. Number one is because I think the director did a terrible job. Stuart Gillard, who did the script. I'm sorry, man. But you did a shitty job directing this movie. Yeah. He hasn't done a lot of movies since 1985, but I can see why. He hasn't done so much. I guess he doesn't do much, or, He's done some television films. For like Disney Channel, for like Girlface's Monster and Twitches, the movie. Okay, that's from Disney Channel. Yeah. But he did a terrible job. Dude, don't ever direct a superhero. Stuart Gillard, please don't ever direct a superhero movie again, because you suck at it. Please don't do it. You screwed it up badly. Like, you screwed up this movie really bad. The writing, the script is not good. Oh, another thing I do like, though, the cinematography is nice. The film does look nice. I like the way Japan looks in 1603. But again, Ninja Turtles 1 looks a lot better. It looks gritty, dark, and it looks nice. It fits the tone really nicely. Turtles 2, cheesy. It'll imagine the A show, but it looks nice. It looks great. The cinematography looks fantastic, a lot better here. The cinematography here is good, but it doesn't save the movie. The music score, again, it's kind of like with the other movies, and there's a good one instead. I do like the song, Tarzan Boy. That was also used in, let's see, with the soundtrack. Tarzan Boy by Baltimore Basie. I can't say it right, but I like that song. That was also used in another martial arts film. Well, yeah, you can say Ninja was that, but that was a comedy with like Chris Farley, Beverly Hills Ninja, that used that song. Better movie, by the way, in my opinion. And even though it's a comedy with Chris Farley and directed by Dennis Dugan, it still had better action scenes that were fun to watch more than this. What else? The script is bad. The editing is not so bad. Sometimes it's clumsy looking anyways, but throughout the film. But the film, the running time, it's not 6 months long, but through that time, the problem with it is this: the movie is boring. The story, my problem is the main story. I'm not invested in the story. And for a third movie, making the Turtles go to Japan was lame. I just didn't think that worked right for a third movie. We could have had them go to Dimension X and fight Krang, or fight Krang and Shredder coming back. But I can see why they did want to do Shredder. Okay, well then have the Rat King or something from the cartoon. I'm like, that would have been more interesting. I mean, hell, if they're complaining about being stuck in the sewers, why not have the Rat King try to, kidnap Splinter or do something to Splinter, and they have to say Splinter. I know that happened in one of the first movies, kidnapped, but you could have had something really good. You could have had something, If they had tried hard and came up with a good script and tried really hard and be a little more patient, because this movie came out almost a year and a half later after Secret Video, so it felt like they kind of rushed for this movie, and the popularity was wearing out because thanks to Power Rangers coming up, I guess, and their popularity wasn't doing good on the toy market. They could have just been patient. They could have made an awesome Turtles movie, but this train wreck movie, this terrible film, it wrecked that. So we didn't get another Ninja Turtles film until 2007 with the CGI movie here. So this completely ruined the trilogy. Yeah. But the film was just boring. It was tough for me to watch. I felt like the pacing was a little slow. It moves like a turtle itself, like how a turtle walks. It feels like it just goes slow. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like watching a turtle crossing the road. This movie just felt like that for me. It's just the story was boring. I fell asleep a little bit through it. It's just a boring movie. Did I hate it? Yes. Like Roger, but I hated this movie. But I hate the Michael Bay films a lot more. But anyway, I'll get to those more. But this film still sucks. Still terrible. I hate this movie. It's garbage. You probably ask me why I haven't. Well, because I like the other movies. Well, the first two movies, I don't mind the CGI movie. It's a lot better than this. In my opinion, that movie has issues too, but still better than watching this. At least it's not boring. Heck, the CGI animation looks a lot better than this. Live action, the turtles. The design for the turtles, again, they look terrible. Squirrel looks terrible, like a puppet reject for Disneyland or Six Flags or whatever. It looks horrible. Horrible. Or for the Muppets show, he looks rejected. You just see his head, not his whole full body. You see his legs for a brief moment, or feet. But in the same guy that didn't voice him, he did a terrible job. The guy that didn't voice it, yeah, he looked better. In the second movie, Spawn was great. And in the first movie too, but here he looks awful. And then when they make him joke around, and the humor is lame. Sometimes, like I said, I did get a few chuckles, but a lot of the jokes were childish. You know, like if a 3-year-old ripped them, a lot of jokes for 5-year-olds. It's just a lot of forced humor down your throat. You know, yeah. It's like they're just forcing it in your face. You know, with the humor, and the humor is just lame. It's every moment a stupid joke, one after another. Pop quiz reference after another. Reference this, joke that after another. And it just gets worse and worse with each joke. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's a real pain in the ass to listen to. And the fight's clumsy. The villain, you know, Stuart Wilson, Walker, and his minions are stupid. You know. This too, I mean, I like the River Leader, but she's just a cliche character, I guess you can say. Just her and Kingsley Love. She's just trying to fight against his father, blah blah blah, cliched, very cliched. Stuart Wilson, though, is Walker again. He's never going for the comics. I don't think he is from what I heard he isn't. And you didn't need him in this movie. Good actor. He does give a good performance, but still, it just doesn't save the movie. And the film was boring. Like I said, boring. It's not an interesting story. And the turtles, their design look terrible. They look awful in here. You know, more like who wrote this? Well, Stuart Gill did. I'm like, Stuart Gill, you wrote the script and these lame jokes, really? Yeah, if you can see this picture right here from IMDb picture. Shoot, I can't show it, but yeah, but when you see what they look like, you can't see it in this box. They look awful in this movie. Yeah. But I don't know what else I was going to say. Teenage Mutant Ninja 3, just terrible movie. Oh. I guess I'm just too tired to yell and scream, but I don't really want to yell and scream because the audio's not great in this thing. But this film sucked. It's terrible. Yeah, it's one of the worst superhero movies ever made, in my opinion. In my opinion, one of the worst movies ever made, one of the worst superhero films. It's terrible. It's boring to sit through. The plot is not interesting. Lame villain, very cliche villain. Ruining the characters. You know, they try to have tender moments here, but it just doesn't work. This film was a complete failure. And think about it, yeah, it was a failure. Because we didn't get another after this. Yeah, we could have had a lot more. Because the original movie was so great, you could have had a great franchise with this, but due to them, you know, the parents begging for not to be dark anymore because it was too dark. Thank you, parents, for one, you screwed up the franchise too, because you're complaining and bitching about they're usually weapons. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninja. So they're going to fight. You're going to have action scenes, and sometimes the comics were dark. And but there's not blood and gore in that movie, but it's still awesome. That'd be awesome to see a little blood and gore type of Ninja Turtles movie. That never happened though, because parents would complain. That's what led to Turtles 2, and then I guess with the third movie, they figured, well, they probably weren't. Let's just throw them in Japan. You know, yeah, I've heard one person say on YouTube, and I hate to copy them, but it seems like with this movie, they just ran out of ideas. You went with the wrong director, and he wrote the bad script, and with the wrong guy, the wrong people made this movie, didn't know what they were doing, the look of the turtles were horrible. Just the people who made this movie, you didn't know what the hell you were doing. You know, never make a superhero movie again, because the people that make yours, I hate to judge people on their work, but your work, you did a shitty job in this movie. You know, the turtles do look a lot worse than CGI with Michael Bay, because they look tons worse. Like, you know, if the Incredible Hulk had sons, you know. Anyway, first we hear, yeah, they look like super chuds, you know, super turds, super ugly turds to look at, just with, you know, and ugly birds with the beaks and their, you know, sticking out, the teeth, the gap of teeth sticking out, the gaps of teeth sticking out. Looks terrible. Why do they have spots? What are they, 101 Dalmatians or something? But this film sucked. And the story that doesn't make any sense. The story doesn't make any sense. It's just lame jokes. It's just a lame movie. That's all you say about Ninja Turtles 3. But for my rating for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this isn't like some of these things in the action scenes. And the cinematography, the movie is good, but that's it. Still not a good movie. Still bad. Still one of the worst. But I will give my rating for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I'm going to give you 1 out of 5 stars and a thumbs down. Thumbs down. Thumbs down for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Thumbs down and 1 out of 5 stars. My rating for this film is 1 out of 5 stars. Because I did like those moments, but those moments don't save the movie. It's still a shitty film. So anyway, I'm not going to break it. I would. I'm going to get this movie on DVD. I'd smash it apart if I did. But yeah, this film sucked. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time, Turtles 3, whatever. Terrible film. Screw that movie. I hate it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed my review / epic rant. I'll call it a because I hated this movie. I'll just call it a rant. I didn't really feel like yelling. Well, you know what? It will be never because this film sucked. Sucked badly. It sucked the shell out of me. No, I'm just kidding. Stupid bad humor there, but stupid humor there. Sorry. Anyway, my next review, I'm probably going to do a review next weekend, next Saturday. Like I said, guys, when I have my vacation out, I will have becoming, more reviews coming up. And let me know what you think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 down below if you've seen it. Do you agree with me? And if you like the movie, that's cool. That's your opinion. But I hate this film. Let me know, guys. Sorry for the delay. What do you think of Ninja Turtles 3? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. What do you think of the film, in your opinion? Alright. For the next review, my next superhero review will be, and this stars Robert Townsend, and that is a film called The Meteor Man. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know, or maybe next Saturday. Maybe. It just depends on how I feel, folks. Yeah, because I did see this movie, watched this movie once. I remember not being a big fan. I didn't hate this film. I don't remember hating it, but I'm not going to say anything about it until I watch it again and review it. But let's just say, I didn't really love this movie, but you'll hear more of that. Just stay tuned for my review for The Meteor Man. Probably tomorrow. Or probably next Saturday. Probably next Saturday. Because I'm going to do video tonight, so probably next Saturday. Stay tuned for my review for The Meteor Man next Saturday. Which will probably be, I'm thinking March 2nd. Sometime in the afternoon or in the noon or evening. Like, we're almost in the evening now because it's 6:20, almost 6:30. But The Meteor Man, Robert Townsend, that's my next. This is also the first black superhero movie. I reviewed the first female superhero movie, that was Supergirl, and now I'm going to be reviewing the first black superhero movie starring Robert Townsend, that is The Meteor Man. Yes, the first black superhero film. So stay tuned for another 90s era superhero reviews next Saturday for actually my first black superhero review. This is way before Black Panther and all that. Way before. But that'll be The Meteor Man. Stay tuned for that next, guys. And Turtles 3, 1 thumbs down for Ninja Turtles 3. And the rating, once again, is 1 out of 5 stars. And tell me, guys, in the comments down below, what do you think of Ninja Turtles 3 in your opinion? I will be reviewing the CGI animated movie, but this one came out in 2007, so this will be the 2000s era of super movies. So this won't be for a while. So, yeah. But I'm not done with that, with those films yet. Got one more movie to go in here, and that'll be the 2007 one. But that will be, like I said, in the 2000s era. So, guys, have a good night. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I will be doing a trailer action for the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer. It came out last weekend for Super Bowl, so I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm excited. I will say I did see the Deadpool and Wolverine teaser, and I was not a fan, but that was just me. I just couldn't get into it, so that's just me. Anyway, stay tuned for that video for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, my thoughts on that official trailer. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my review for The Meteor Man next Saturday. So, if I don't see you tonight. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.